Culture Currency show is for those who recognize that nuance is key. We don't pretend to have all the answers, but we tackle the issues that affect the majority when speaking of Black America. Our discussions are informed by the host's personal experiences and insights, and we're always open to evolving our perspective as we gain new understanding. This is the story of two friends from the Bronx who decided to get real, be direct, and impact Black culture.
Welcome to Culture Currency, where culture is the value.
Grand Rising. How you doing today?
I'm good, you?
I'm great.
Yeah.
I'm excited about our guest today. We have
me
a
too.
guest.
Yes, very excited about this conversation with him.
Yeah, so we've been teasing the LoveSnob thing. Since we've been having so many discussions about relationships, we decided to have an expert come in and give us his side of what the healthier version of relationships is.
That's right.
Right? I'm Mahogany.
I'm Age.
And this is Culture Currency.
Well, culture
is the value. Come on in.
Let's go. He's Aziz. Yes. Chilling. Well, usually we have our recaps for the season where we're just recapping the actual season that we just had, season 4.
The episode, Who Wears the Pants?
Gender Wars?
The subject was Gender Wars, but
Right.
the title was Who Wears the Pants?
Right.
So did you get a chance to see that episode?
Yes.
We spoke about the protector, right? And within that conversation, we had a back and forth about what society deems the protector and it's gender-based.
Mm-hmm.
And I was making the statement that it's not necessarily gender-based because there's a variety of different types of protection.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to discuss that. Can you give me some insight on where you stand on that?
Overall, the protector is the person that now makes sure that the unit is feeling protected, has a calm. Not necessarily a male or a female, but it's a personality trait. It's a quality a person has. As we talk about levels of group journey, we have a protector, we have a nurturer, we have a leader. You know what I'm saying? We have a manager. Those are the 4 components of a village. And when you have your protectors, you don't know who's together in that village. When you have your protector is a person that makes sure that everybody's feeling secure in the relationship. That's all.
I have a follow-up to that. So what about relationships that may be having difficulties and are struggling because societal norms is not the reality of their actual relationship? So because of that, there's issues where, say, if the woman is the protector or and the provider and the one that's supposed to be the dominant role is more of the nurturer, actually.
We speaking gay relations?
See, in my head, I was going back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Yeah, in my head, I was going back and forth. So,
I'm just saying in all relationships,
Yeah.
it's a subculture.
right.
Relationships are a subculture, meaning that the people involved have the ability to create the rules and regulations of that relationship. You get what I'm saying? So what happens in society, yes, when you leave the house, you're conducting yourself based on societal norms, based on the understanding of society, based on laws. And you in your house and you're in your relationship, you have agreements that y'all decide. So when y'all decide those agreements, those are the rules and regulations of that relationship.
Yeah.
So it's a subculture. You never have to really look at societal norms. If you're dealing in your relationships, you gotta look at your agreements.
A lot of times in relationships, there aren't actual agreements being made. Folks are not even thinking about that. You're attracted to someone, you get into the situation, you start having sex, you get into these relationships, and you never really had agreements. So it's nothing but assumptions. So when you think agreement should happen, like how does that look at beginning of the relationship?
As soon as you sit down and have a discussion, you should start formulating an agreement. As soon as you decide it's going to be a commitment. What do you do when you go to court and you have an agreement, you have a contract? You have to read the fine print, you have to have understanding. And people kill me with this whole understanding of, it's too much too early. It's never too much too early. Because it's all about, this is the most important part of your life. It's the most important interview you're going to have. I'm on a day, I felt like it was an interview, it should be. You should be consulting the people that you have in your life. So I'm saying, when you do start the relationship, you start building these agreements. Do's and don'ts, boundaries, things of that nature, and have honest discussions, open discussions. Whoever can't deal with the worst parts of you, they're not going to be able to truly deal with the best parts of you, because you show up overall. You know what I mean? And you have to understand that the worst parts of you are not going to be accepted. They're going to be changed. The best parts of you should never change.
Absolutely. That was a great
Yeah.
response. And I'm in 100% agreement. We had a discussion in Couples Goals about the fact that, people are not wanting to reveal who they are completely to people who they're intimate with. They're nervous about revealing, or just don't feel like they have to. Be honest about all of their ins and outs, as well as scared to ask questions with somebody who they're already physically, intimate with. And I felt like that's wild. And so we had a back and forth, and I wanted to know what your idea of that was.
Are they committed?
We discussed committed, but then after discussing the commitment, she brought up the fact that sometimes people are just sexing, and they might not feel comfortable talking about certain things. And I'm saying physically, if I'm giving my body up, if we're exchanging fluids, I'm gonna need to be able to ask you questions. I'm gonna need to be able to have intimate discussions.
Okay, so that would be you versus another person. So the agreements are stated even without speaking. So if you go and y'all have sex, do whatever, or y'all intimate in some way, and don't discuss anything, then it's open house, right? The agreement is we don't have to discuss to move forward and be intimate, right?
Gotcha.
But if you now establish, listen, I'm not going to be intimate. I respect my body. I have a clear understanding of my body. That's the temple. We got to have a discussion before I know you first, before I give my body away. Then that's the agreement. Agreements is everything. And if you don't put things in place, so
That was very clear.
That's good. There's another thing that we had a difference in opinion on that I actually want to bring up now. On solo dreams versus relationship goals. Right. So Mahogany said on that episode, when you come into a relationship, you have to have a certain understanding of what like commitment is and all of that kind of stuff. And I felt like those are the kind of things you learn in the relationship, not necessarily when you come in. You have to have that already. You kind of learn as you go. What's your opinion on that?
I would lean more towards Mahogany. You have to have a clear understanding of. You have to have a clear understanding of what commitment means. No, but you pose a great question, because a lot of people have ideas and then don't understand that another person's coming with a different idea, and then y'all got to form that.
Right.
So you should always have an idea of what commitment is.
Right.
What it means to you to be committed. And then you discuss that with the person you're trying to be committed with. And then they have an understanding of what commitment is. And you got to come to agreement with what commitment is and what the commitment is going to look like. Commitment is a variety of things when it's just a word. But when it's between two people, it now shrinks. And the whole point is for you to have a standard. It's for you to have a clear understanding. You don't want chaos in your relationship, so you want it to be simple, concise. Now you want to have a clear understanding of what commitment is going to mean to the couple moving forward. So I wouldn't say anybody was wrong or right. It's just how the order of operation. But you should have a clear understanding of who you are, define your terms, and then share that and see if y'all agree.
Nice. One more question. One of my oldest brothers, he did something that I never, he other people probably do it, but we actually talked about it. My brother Chico, and he was saying that he'll be married soon, and him and his fiance, they actually discussed finances really early. They started a savings account together and saved a nice amount of money together within the first 4 years of their relationship. That's great. But the finances are usually not discussed early. But what are the kind of things do you feel that when folks who are dating and seriously and thinking about seriously committing, like taking it to the next level and start discussing marriage, like what are the key things that should be discussed and understood before even getting to the stage of living together, engagement,
Large commitment?
Yeah.
So when we're having our sessions, we really ask people to define terms and have a clear understanding of what they value. It's all about value. It's what the person values. So if the person values finances and it's number one on the list, that should be the first thing you discuss.
Right.
Because we can't move forward until our finances are in order. If somebody cares about looks, if somebody cares about sex, if somebody, you have to be clear and you have to be open and you have to be precise.
And honest.
Honest about what you care about. So I'm saying going 4 is obviously a short list, but you should have your 4 right off the bat that you talk about and you go in. That is your resume. So if finances is big to them, which it showed it was, they went and had a discussion, which was great. Going into marriage. It might not be on my top of my list because I feel maybe we can get through the finances together. Like I might choose integrity, which is a set of core values and principles, right? That might be number 1 on my list. So that has to be the first thing we discuss. Then we can get to finances and everything afterwards. That's gonna break us if something fails.
Right, that's me.
Right?
Appreciate that. That's excellent. Changed my life right now.
All right.
I'm getting a free session.
I had to share his. This is wealth to me.
Yeah.
I had to share this with the world because I have this at my reach.
Right.
And a lot of people don't know that this exists. There's so many people out here who speak relationships, but when we talk about expertise and the understanding the breakdown and why the breakdown exists and how it helps sustain, he's the guy.
I would have to say that too, because I've actually gone to him for my own relationship and had a session with him which was super helpful in helping us to be better communicators with each other. So definitely recommend LoveSnob. Sure.
That.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's a fact. I got something because this actually has nothing to do with an episode, but it's about some of the things that I hear constantly when relationships are being spoken. There's a big narrative out at this point where everybody is so touchy about everything that arguments are toxic. Arguments are unhealthy.
Oh, yeah.
And I really want you to touch on that.
Yes.
Okay, so the first question is arguments are very healthy. If you're not, our standpoint is you commit to somebody that you're going to argue with for a lifetime. Everybody's going to come to a different point in any subject at different times.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be able to have a discussion. You have to have the patience to have a discussion, have the patience to argue. Now, is there a healthy argument? Yes. Is there an unhealthy argument? Yes. So an unhealthy argument would be, I'm attacking you.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that's attacking the person
character.
is an unhealthy argument because you can't argue character in the midst of trying to get to where you're trying to go.
Right.
A healthy argument has in mind the destination. You have to understand where everybody wants to be that's having an argument. So where do we want to go? We want to get to a destination. How do we get to that destination? That's what arguing about. And stay focused on getting to that destination.
Period.
It's the best way of getting to that destination. Other than that, it's just tearing each other down.
Exactly. Like you just have to be clear where you want to end up and speak accordingly.
Definitely.
Yeah, and that
And
exactly.
stay focused on
The common goal.
It's not the easiest thing in the world. Like I said, I'm Mr. Love Snob, but I'm in relationships and I understand everybody's not at the same level, right? So you have to have a clear understanding of those. Yeah, you have to have a clear understanding of those levels, right? But the focus is somebody has to be a true listener and make sure you keep everybody on track towards the destination.
Right, not take tangents off of a trigger and this
Yeah,
and that,
yeah,
and you
yeah.
now you all over the place.
Yeah, and the goal
Going in
can't be to
circles.
win.
Right.
It gotta be we got a common
Well, it's
common goal.
about being right. Now, I think that's one of the things a lot of people go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
They run to this wanting to be right. We all want to be right,
Mm-hmm.
but do the right thing.
Right. Yes, but do the right thing. I
They
love
want to
that.
be right on the right path, on forward the right way, in the right relationships. But to be right for self-esteem is what it is.
Can we make that a meme?
We absolutely.
Everybody want to be right, but do the right thing.
Mhm.
And I wrote down one for you too. That's like too. That's good. I have a question. Family, no matter what, on that episode.
Okay.
Should family be given more grace, or let's say be invited to get counseling to deal with issues, or treated like everyone else, which is you're not a good person, stay away from me, and all of that? Do we give more grace to family because they're family members who are repeat violators and stuff like that, or do we just dismiss them?
We're talking about people you were raised with. So the grace is that I might bail you out of a situation based on your calling. I might help you with something just because we're familiar, just because we're family, right? Other than that, you don't have to be in my life. The only way you're in my life is if we're walking towards the same direction. We're going towards the same path. Because as you get older, you realize having the wrong people around you pull you backwards instead of propel you forward.
Right.
And the whole point of building a village is to propel each other forward, not to have somebody sitting still pulling the village back.
Right.
So you do have to eliminate anybody, not just family, anybody that's not like-minded and going in the same direction. Doesn't mean it's a negative, don't mean that you dislike them. It just means that you're moving forward.
Absolutely.
Without them.
Absolutely.
And letting them move forward without you. It's the same thing.
Yep. Vice versa. You're absolutely
I have a question that aligns with family discussion as well. So, do you believe that family and friends should have a say in your relationship?
Yeah, because I'm about to share my opinion with somebody. I don't know if they want it.
Based on what we just discussed about family, family's gonna have opinions, but their opinions aren't valuable if they're not crossed over to friends. Friends are part of your village. Now, where we come from, Love is a Group Journey. Right? That's the name of our company, Love is a Group Journey. We believe in accountable love, right? So accountable love means that there's a distinction between, you know how we have these wars between arranged marriage and then the way America does it. I fall in love, it's big understanding.
Right.
Really, the component of everybody that's in your life before that relationship took place should have some form of investment in that. So therefore, they should be in your relationship. They should definitely be in your relationship, should definitely be a part of your relationship. They should definitely have a say-so in your relationship. Because how do you know this person can coexist with the people in your life? And if they can't coexist with the people in your life, you have to pick and choose.
Got some decisions.
Why would you put yourself in a position where you got to choose against the people that already have value in your life? So you want to make sure that these people are brought into the person you're bringing into the fold. So now they're heavily invested in the outcome of that person as well, not just you, or not just you. You know?
But when you say that, though, you don't mean like controlling the relationship and saying you could be with this one or this one, but we could all coexist.
It's not a control thing. It's a standard thing. So we say control is based on I want to do it, and they're preventing me from doing it. No, the agreement is we don't bring anybody into the fold unless
that doesn't align.
That doesn't align with our values. So if you bring somebody in the fold, you're trying to control because you went outside the agreement. So it's not a control thing. It's just making sure that your checks and balances are on point. Because in a relationship, even if you're a singular person, you know you need a village. And needing that village, you know that they can be your voice of reason. And because they're your voice of reason, when you're not doing right in the relationship, they're able to pull you out. Or when the other person's not doing right, they're able to set them straight. And now when they have that comfort to go talk to the person without talking to you, now it becomes a village. Now they're included.
That's really literally what's going on. Yeah, that's good. I can relate to that.
Y'all see why.
For me and Mahogany's relationship episode, like all of our episodes, it was unscripted. We decided to come. We said we wanted to talk about it, and we talked about our different sides of it on camera.
Yeah.
And do you think that, for one, that was risky and could have caused more harm than good? And after 10 years of being disconnected, is a two-part question, of being disconnected, do you think that is worth relationships trying to come back, or is like that long, just keep going? Because people have different opinions about it. Like after that, people be separated for a long time. They were like, please, I ain't seen them that long. I don't need them in my life.
To answer the first part of the question, anything's a risk, obviously. But I'm going to go back to agreements. That's the foundation of everything. When y'all chose to do it on camera, it was a choice. Not one person disagreed. Y'all came to agreement to do it on camera. So therefore, y'all came to agreement to be as honest and open on camera. So I think that's the perfect way of showing people how to come back together. And obviously I came through on the other side because we're in season 4.
Yeah, so, like 20,000 episodes.
Yeah. So that's a good thing, right? As far as y'all being out of each other's lives, or people being out of each other's lives for a while, obviously people evolve, they change, they learn more about who they are, right? And in knowing who you are, y'all probably were around each other for a good reason, then lost track of that good reason. And then now y'all fully understand the good reason because of the distance. So you can go two ways and say, yeah, we could just move on without each other. Yeah, if your life doesn't involve her life doesn't involve you, then y'all move on, right? But if y'all can see the value in each other's lives, why would you ever not allow value back into your life?
Great
So
question.
I'm gonna let anybody back in my life that poses some form of value to upward mobility. Right?
That's right.
So that's just the bottom line.
That makes sense.
Value.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
This doesn't have anything to do with any episodes either, but I wanted to ask, as a relationship expert, what have you seen happening more recently in relationships that you feel strongly needs to change?
What have I seen happen? I mean, there's an abundance of things, right? But I would say one of the things you actually brought up as far as conflict. Most people in relationships see conflict as a negative.
Yeah.
Right? It just means that we didn't get to this. We have a problem. It's all conflict means. We have a problem. Now, are you willing to roll up your sleeves and solve the problem? Or are you just willing to sit in the problem? Or are you willing to walk away because there's a problem? A lot of people avoid the problem.
Right.
So the problem never goes
Yes.
away.
It persists. And
So I would say that's
The biggest thing.
I wouldn't say biggest, but that came to mind when y'all asked the question. Well, when you asked the question, it's having the inability to solve problems and thinking because you avoided solving the problem that you're a good person.
That part. That's the part.
like, I just
I
don't
don't
want us
think
to
you're
argue. I don't want to go
yeah.
through all of
Yeah,
that, and
all that.
I'm not dealing with that. And
Like we
Yeah.
say, you go to war, the neutral people always survive. So pick a side.
Absolutely.
And if you're not willing to pick a side, I don't want you in my life.
Absolutely.
So you have to be a person that solves problems. You have to be a person that thrives off solutions, not questions.
Killing it.
not sitting in that. He said, "You knew I was. I mean, come on."
That's exactly what he did.
It's the easy part.
For co-parenting,
Yes.
I had made a statement in the co-parenting episode. We discussed some personal stories, and I brought up the fact that as a co-parent, I didn't. I believe in omitting if telling the truth is not conducive to a positive outcome.
Perfect one. That's just what I was thinking.
I want to know where you
I
stand on
highly
that.
disagree with that.
Woo!
Where did every last one of our traumas come from? Not being told. Not given choice. Not being important enough to be told to make the decision. Now, do we have to now, if I have a 5-year-old, do I tell them the same truth as I would an 8-year-old? No. But
Okay.
I'm going to make sure that they understand it in their language. The key to anybody that masters something, they have the ability to tell a kid something, adult something the same way they can tell a kid something. When you want to
Using their
master
language.
your life and you want to have a clear understanding of your life, you're able to express and bring your kid along as your life is happening. So if you don't have the tools, you find the tools. But you have to have the discussions with them as it's going on. So as opposed like downplaying your partner downplayed themselves if they didn't like operate the right way. So all you're doing, you're the messenger. That's all you are. The kid's gonna make a decision regardless. You just gotta help them make the decision.
Can you give us an example of that? Because this is it's very difficult to do. Because like you said, like we try to, like one of the things I talked about is protect an image of the absent parent, not really knowing what to say. So what do you, like, how?
I'll tell you, in our household, I don't know if this would be something that resonates, but in our household, we argue in front of our children. And we tell them this is how you get to the other side. We're not going to tell them a relationship is peaches and cream. Y'all go to your room. We argue after they finish. We argue as soon as we have conflict. We argue right in front of our child. We allow them to witness everything, and then we double back by having a discussion.
So you don't go hard to have the argument because
No.
it's not a disrespectful thing anyway. It's a
Definitely not.
process.
Definitely. And you want them to understand relationships. That's the key to life, relationships. So if
Absolutely.
they don't understand relationships, they're going to fail at life, even if they're successful. in other things.
That's a
Right?
fact.
We believe love is a group journey. So if love is a group journey, the kids are a part of that journey.
You know what I like about that? I'm gonna actually try it, but like we about to argue right now. No, but what I like about that is it also helps you be, for anyone with any sense and real care for their children, be intentional about how you're dealing with that conflict. You're not gonna be raggedy. You're not gonna be disrespectful. Because you don't want your children to see you disrespecting their mom,
Definitely.
or your wife to see disrespecting, their dad or anything like that. So because of that, you guys are going to have a higher level of respect and care for each other in that argument, even though
Yeah,
you're
more
upset and
intentional with
passionate.
your
More
words,
inten-
your
yeah.
actions.
I like that.
Definitely. You have them in mind. You have everybody in mind. You know if we fail everybody. That's the point. If me and you sit here and we allow this to go, we allow all of this that we built to go.
So are you saying you asked the kids who won?
Ah, you stupid.
They might tell you though. My daddy always wins. They'll tell you.
Is there anything you would like to leave people with as a love snob, as love is a group journey?
Can I ask a double part of that question?
Absolutely.
Or is there anything from the episode that you would like to just share that we didn't ask that you were prepared to say? That you just want to throw out there and then that part too?
I know that this, we talk about relationships, but I wanted to discuss the fact that it's culture currency, right? It's about being black people in America, right? And relationships is a big part of that, being black in America, right? And we have we always have these understandings, like y'all mentioned, about us gravitating to the negative parts of being black. Y'all rough this dude up. They can't go down this block because X, Y, and Z. There's so much beauty in being black too. The resilience, the partnerships. We let everybody into our communities, whether they tear them up or not, right? So I want to talk about the fact that being black in America has nothing to do with us being black in America. Everybody should be pro-black because it's unjust what was happening to us in America. And to actually say that you're a person that believes in justice, you're a person that is pro-black, right? So I want people to understand that being black is naturally a struggle in America just because it started out unjust. So until you level the playing fields, we will never be able to relate to any other culture until y'all start relating to us. So that's the important thing. I want people to understand that everything is a relationship. Everything is a relationship. And if the relationship is on one side the wrong way, the other side the right way, the one side the wrong way, it keeps tipping balances and it doesn't even out. We lose value. We lose the relationship. So I really want to discuss, I really wanted to bring up the fact that we like to say it's about being black. I want people to start changing the narrative. It's about justice. It's about evening out the playing field. It's about how we're being discussed. I watch sports shows. It's the only way we can use the words to define a black person versus define a white person. We use a lot of intelligence. We use a lot of, they're smart. They know the game. They read the game. With us, he's athletic. He's strong. He's fast. Without understanding that the ability to process information that quickly and still advance is a form of intelligence, right? But they rather say this person knows the game because they move slower. So they don't have the same capabilities as this person. So they minimize this part of it to advance this part of it. And we don't even see it happening. Half of us.
Oh, I was about to say, we said.
Yeah.
You know? Half of us don't even see how it's being portrayed. So until we're portrayed on an even playing field, until we understand that this is a relationship y'all want us to have with America, y'all first have to have a relationship with us.
Right.
Yeah,
By
reciprocity.
working to even out the playing field.
Right.
So
Equity.
that's for the culture. Man. That's for the culture.
I love it.
Yeah,
That was a
that's for the
powerful
culture.
one, too, a powerful one. What's your thoughts on the show? You've seen a few episodes, if not all.
Y'all have been providing tools. Y'all have been showing the audience how could they go about it. Whether you're experts in it or not, you throw out what you believe, and you also say I'm not an expert in this, but from what we discussed, these are some of the tools that you probably can use to go about doing what you have to do. So I would say is, for lack of a better word, is growing. It's growing towards where y'all want it to be. So I think the show is really good. It's really, really good.
Thank you.
I listen to it while I'm driving. I listen to it while I'm walking sometimes, you know? So I like
That means a lot. That means a lot.
Appreciate that.
This was a great discussion.
Yes.
And the jewels you dropped in this episode, even the one like the check in my joint, I was like, oh, because hearing you say it makes all the sense in the world. But at the time, obviously, I didn't have the information. So I always speak about the lacking of the tools while trying to be better. So culture currency is giving tools to give people the opportunity to make the adjustments. And so I'm appreciative that you came here today and shared in that with us.
Yeah.
Definitely. What's the biggest thing about what y'all doing is you learn in real time. And you're letting them know, I might be wrong, but I'm going to give you the new information.
Right.
Because we're learning in real time.
Right.
Right? So that's the important piece.
Yeah.
But thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Because I'm Mahogany.
I'm Age.
And this is Culture Currency.
Where culture
is the value.
Make sure to like, comment,
Subscribe,
and share. Appreciate you.